1 in 3 UK vegan products has been found to contain milk or egg, which sort of defeats the point, doesn't it, of being a vegan product if it's got milk or egg in it. How can you trust what you're buying if you are a vegan, or indeed if you're a vegetarian? How can you trust it hasn't got meat products in it? Let's talk to Vanessa Sturman now, who's a plant-based health coach and expert speaker. So, Vanessa, this is a bit concerning, isn't it, for vegans?
Yes, it is concerning. If something's labelled vegan, people want to know that it is fully vegan. However, there are lots of products where they're not labelled vegan and people might have still gone, actually, I'm fine with this being assumed vegan because it just is actually labelled as may have a few traces of. But yes, if something's labelled vegan, the assumption has usually been, actually, I don't have to worry at all about traces of things. And this is very, very important for people with allergies.
Yeah, and how can you be sure then that the product you're buying doesn't contain milk or egg?
Well, from the recent Guardian article, clearly not at all. And that, I think that's the part that's really, really not fair. If consumers are going to make informed decisions, it needs to be on the packet. You know, so if it isn't fully vegan and actually there are traces of egg or milk, it needs to be labelled as so. But that's not always been the case. Things are being labelled fully vegan when they're clearly not.
So, you know, what can someone do if they buy a product and they look down this list of products now and think actually it wasn't vegan in the first place? I wonder if there'll be lawsuits taken out and all sorts of things.
I mean, possibly there might be. And I think everyone's going to fall into a slightly different camp because everyone's different. You're going to get people who are fully vegan, but don't have any allergies and say, well, look, you know, this is an ethical stance and I want to make sure I'm not putting my money towards animal products or that industry. Therefore, I'm fine with these traces. You're going to get other people who may not be vegan at all, but are really worried about the allergies. And that's really, really detrimental, potentially fatal for them if they're buying a product and it's not labelled that it's got those traces. You know, people are going to be in different places with this. And then you are going to get some vegans who don't want anything that's even got traces. It does depend where you sit. For me personally, I mean, I've been vegan 8 years and I've always actually been fine with buying chocolate that may not be labelled vegan, but might say there could be some traces of milk. I've always been fine with that because I want to help get more of those products onto the market and help people eat more plant-based and vegan food. But everyone's going to fall into a different camp. But the most important thing is that people can actually make decisions in an informed way. And they can't if actually companies are saying this is vegan and there are genuinely egg and milk traces.
All right, Vanessa, thanks so much for all of that this morning. Pretty concerning, I think, if you're tucking into some vegan sausages or vegan bacon this morning, that actually it may contain milk or egg. 1 in 3 UK vegan products contains milk or egg.